Good morning, students. In the last video, I taught you about the introductory part of French Revolution. Now let's proceed further. The next topic is struggle to survive. Now the population of France in 1715 was 23 million, whereas the population increased during French Revolution, that is 1789 to 28 million. So due to an increase in population of France, there was a rapid increase in the demand for food grain, which was quite obvious because the moment population increases, the demand for food grain will also increase. So the production of food grain could not keep pace with the demand. The price of bread. Why bread? Because the staple food of France was neither rice nor wheat. It was bread. So the price of bread increased during French Revolution. Now most workers of France were employed as laborers in workshops with fixed wages. Their wages were fixed since their wages did not vary according to the situation. The wages did not keep pace with the increase in prices. So, the gap between the rich and the poor widened. That means there was a huge gap between the rich and the poor. To make the things worse, drought and hail reduced the harvest. Due to a decrease in the harvest, there was a situation in France which is known as subsistence crisis. A very important word, subsistence crisis. Now what is subsistence crisis? Subsistence crisis is an extreme situation in which the basic means of livelihood are endangered. What does this mean? That means during the subsistence crisis in France, the basic means, that means food, shelter and clothing, they were not available to the people. So, that is the situation which we refer as an extreme situation. So, this situation is known as subsistence crisis in French Revolution. Now the next topic is the role of philosophers in the French Revolution. A very important topic, my dear students, from your exam point of view. You have to basically learn about 5 philosophers who played a very important role in the French Revolution. The first philosopher was John Locke. This philosopher, John Locke, wrote a book. The name of the book was The Two Treatises of Government. John Locke wrote a book, Two Treatises of Government. Now, what was the content of this book? In this book, John Locke tried to refute the doctrine of divine and absolute right of the monarch. Now, what is the meaning of to refute the doctrine of divine and absolute right of the monarch? That means to refute means to refuse. That means John Locke did not believe that the monarch, that means monarch means king. So he did not believe that the king was either divine or he should have absolute right. This was the meaning of the sentence, that he wanted to refuse the doctrine of divine and absolute right of the monarch. In a nutshell, we can say that John Locke did not believe that the king was either divine nor he should have the absolute right. Now, the next philosopher was Rousseau. Rousseau wrote a book, Social Contract. In this book, he wrote that the government is a contract between people and their representatives, which means that one person should not have all the powers. It should be a contract between the people of the country, and the people should elect their representatives, and that is a contract between people and their representatives. The third philosopher was Montesquieu. Montesquieu wrote a book, The Spirit of the Laws. In this book, he told that power should not be concentrated in a single hand, but power should be divided between the three organs of government. Organs of government means legislature, executive, and judiciary. So Montesquieu was in favor of division of power between legislature, executive, and judiciary. Students, you should understand and know that in USA, this model, that is powers divided between legislature, executive, and judiciary, is followed after the American War of Independence. Next philosopher was Abbe-Sieyès. Abbe-Sieyès was originally a priest who wrote a very influential pamphlet called What is the Third Estate? And the last philosopher was Mirabeau. Mirabeau was born in a noble family, but he was convinced of the need to do away with the society of feudal privileges. What does this sentence mean, to do away with the society of feudal privileges? It means that Mirabeau wanted to remove the feudal privilege system which existed in France. He brought out a journal and delivered powerful speeches to the crowds assembled at Versailles.